Hello, hello, and welcome back to the What We Said podcast, everybody. The first episode of the What We Said podcast of 2026. Here we are.
Wow. January. Officially Capricorn season. Has been for a little bit.
Wow, your birthday's in a couple days.
I have no idea what I'm doing for my birthday this year.
Oh my gosh, it really
as it stands right now, it really creeps
so
up.
fast.
I know. We'll see. We'll see what we do. I'm thinking something very chill because 31 is just simply not as exciting as 30. And I haven't been being pulled to do some big thing, you know? So
Definitely.
Probably do something very chill. But yeah, January, here we are, 2026. We're doing our Rebrand New Year's episode today. You guys buckle in, buckle up, and get excited.
We got the journal out. I was writing with a pen. We know that's when it's getting serious. I couldn't write with my fingers fast enough. I had to doodle and scritchety scratch with my pen.
I'm the opposite. I can't I can type just I feel like I go into a different mode like feral when I type, but I feel like since I don't write that often, I can't write fast enough.
Yeah. I do understand that. My handwriting is horrible. They say your handwriting is a look into your brain, and my brain isn't looking pretty. I do not have good handwriting at all, and it is chicken scratch. But I feel like it allows me a little more way my brain works of I want to write this and then draw it almost like a little thing and add a little note here.
Something.
Yeah.
I get
it gives
that.
me a little more freedom with planning things.
I understand that.
But I don't references. If I want something I'm going to reference all the time, I have to put it in my notes app, obviously.
Yeah. Yes.
But brainstorming and things like that
should be studied. Thousands. I'm not kidding. Thousands. And they're all not clear at all. It'll just be I could probably find
ominous.
some, yes, ominous. It'll be things to get. I'm what was I even, and it'll have nothing on the list. I'm things to get for what? And there's no list. It's my brain starts, I love a list though. I'm a list girly through and through.
I love a brain dump, love a list.
Do you operate off a list every day?
Not every day. No,
okay.
Not a physical list.
I mean on my phone.
But yeah. Or a digital list. I do not do either. I need to, and it's my biggest.
I'm shocked.
What?
I just genuinely don't know. Maybe that's my own, almost
Wait,
that's
you're shocked what?
That you don't have a list.
Oh.
You seem like a list person to me, who would need that to be able to, I have to have it. Which is what I'm saying is maybe I rely on it too much because I'm if I did not have a list, I would be terrified.
No, it's not. It's not for lack of need. That's for sure. I definitely need one.
Oh, okay.
But I don't need it, and I'm not every day I wish I would have done a list. I have lots of lists, but it's not for daily. I don't have a daily to-do list. It's more I have a list for
an
the
ongoing
week.
list.
Yeah. I'll refer to got to get done before this, but not a daily to-do list.
I just can't comprehend
unless it's a really busy day.
I was talking to my brother about something and he doesn't do a calendar. He doesn't put things on a calendar. So I was oh, what week are you going on that trip? He's I can't remember. I think these days. I was well, why don't you just look? He's look at what? I'm your calendar. He's oh, I don't use that. I don't know. I'm okay, my brain I'm shook by this information. I'm my list and my calendar are my lifelines. I literally don't know. Every day I reference them 20 times.
Yeah.
To know what I'm doing. But maybe that is just how my brain works. And it's sometimes I feel I do rely on it too much where I'm if I didn't have this, I would be at a loss. What's next? What do I need to get done? I just feel I wouldn't get the proper things done. That's what it is.
Yeah, the priorities. That's when I have a list is when I have a priority, when I have a bunch of priorities that have to be done by the end of the day and not this week or in the next couple days, because then I can kind of move things around and see how the day is going. I feel it's also hard for me to even just plan and have it go exactly as I plan. So I think maybe I just gave up and just whatever.
Yeah, no, I feel
we'll
that.
We'll see what I can muster.
My actual, what I'm wanting for this year kind of goes along with what we're talking about, actually, if we want to dive right in. Unless you have stuff you want to chat about.
I'm ready to dive in.
I feel okay, I am a big believer for myself. I can't complain about the same thing a million times. I have to shut up or change it, basically, within a certain amount of time. For me, to not be annoying to myself. Because I start to annoy myself when I'm complaining about the same thing over and over. And it's been like a year and I'm still complaining about it. Now, don't get it twisted. Do I complain every single year about like, I don't cook enough, I want to do this more, and then I still, no. I'm not perfect. However, the thing that I've found myself complaining about over and over and over in my life for like 5 years, minus the cooking thing, is like the concept of just being busy, like too busy, to the point where I'm just always like, oh, I just never have any true free time. Like anytime I do have quote unquote free time, it's like kind of like we were talking about last week, I always feel like I'm already behind on a million other things. So like there is no true free time because it's like, well, when I'm free, quote unquote, I could sit down and like just relax, but I also feel like, well, I really should get A, B, and C done that like I'm already behind on kind of thing. And I am determined this year to change that a little bit. And I've been like really reflecting on how to change that. Cause I'm like, okay.
How to not be busy.
How do I not be busy and I don't know if it's like getting older and it's just like people come into town unexpectedly and you're like, oh, okay, well, I want to hang out with them. And then, you know what I mean? Like there's always something happening. But I think that I have to get a little bit more ruthless with like saying no to things. I think I just have to start saying no to even things that maybe I want to do that sound fun, just in the spirit of like having nothing on the calendar. I think that's really important. And a lot of the things as I was making a little like 2026 Pinterest rebrand vision board thing, a lot of the things that I was gravitating towards are talking about how you need free time to think and sit, to like curate your own style, to have taste. You need free time to like sit and think. And how when you're a creative, like doing nothing is so important. And I think everyone is creative, so I think it's important for everyone. And just how like that in and of itself is productive to like have free space, because if you don't have any free space in your mind, you can't create and you can't like hone in on your own style and your thoughts because there's like no free time. And so I've just been thinking about how in every area of life, I think it would improve if I had genuinely like one day on the calendar every week that was like, there's nothing happening this day. Like obviously that doesn't mean I have to sit in my room in solitude. I'm just saying it's not like, oh, I have a commitment or I have to work on this. It's more just like, oh, what could today bring? Like maybe we do end up hanging out with friends or going out and about or whatever, but it's not like a, set plan every day, because that is like how my life is run. Like I feel like I have that to-do list. I have those plans like every day, and it always is that for work stuff. Like this is what happens all the time is I'll be like, I don't want to work on weekends. Like I'll tell my team that I'm like, I don't want to work on Saturdays or Sundays. Like those are my days off. And then pretty much every weekend I do, because things come up and they're like, this brand wants to work with you. Here's the situation. You would have to shoot on Saturday and get it in on Sunday to them. And I'm like, well, okay, like I do love that brand and whatever. So I'll just say yes. And I think I just have to be absolutely ruthless and say either like, I'm just absolutely not working on those days. So unless it's like the actual job of a lifetime, then no, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like, you know what, you might need to have a villain era, but like to yourself. Like just be like, you know what, it might drive me crazy. I don't have a list today, but we'll see where it goes. Like maybe one thing on your list of like, I actually have to get this thing done. But then, just be crazy. Just enter like your rebellious villain era of things don't have to be done. I can disappoint people. I can like not, get this done this weekend. Be like, sorry, I'm not going to get it done. And like, I'm going to disappoint you.
Yeah. That is very
Does
hard
that
for
make
me.
your skin crawl?
It makes my skin crawl. I think that's like, but the thing is that
not like you have to change into that, but like, just a fun little side experiment.
No, I agree with that. I think it's
only because you said you wanted it.
What's the quote that's like, when you're saying yes to something, you're saying no to something else? Like, that's what I'm trying to think of more lately, because it's like, just whatever you're saying yes to is taking up your time. And so it's very important to be very intentional about what you're saying yes to. And like the things that I'm talking about that I will like agree to do on a Saturday or something, like it will feel aligned with me. It's not like this random thing that I'm like, I don't want to do this at all, and I'm forced to. It's like, that's completely my choice. It's like, oh, I like this brand. That's a really good rate. Like, this is my full-time job, so yes, I will do that. But I think that I just need to be more aware of, like, when I am saying yes to that, I am saying no, or I am saying, like, that's less family time, or like that's less time to rest and whatever. And so it's like, is that worth it? And sometimes it's not. Sometimes I need to, say no to those things or whatever. But it is hard because I feel like it's like this perpetual thing when you're a working mom, where it's like, when you say no to things, it can be hard, and you're like, well, this is my job. So like, I need to be doing that. But then also, when you do say yes to something work related and you do have less time, like, that also like makes you sad and guilty. So I think there's never like a real winning situation, but I do think that, I just need to like say no a lot more. And honestly, even to like social things. Like, I feel like even with family things, like I'm talking like me, Leif, and Benny, it's like, oh, want to go here with us? And I'm just like, yeah. And then I look at my calendar and I'm like, we just don't have any like free time just like sitting at home. That's important to me. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. You are very social, I feel like.
Yeah,
which
I am.
Being social is great, but it is a huge aspect of your life, which if you are always being social and you also have a full-time job and now you have so many different responsibilities, it also starts to feel, even if you are an extrovert and you get like recharged by that, sometimes it's like, oh, you have to, like you were saying, say no to things that you're like, it feels weird to say no because I want to, but I have to place my time carefully.
For sure.
Like, and I have to kind of choose things that it's like, dang, I'm going to have FOMO, or dang, I'm going to like, that's how I feel, especially about socializing. I'm like, I love socializing. Like, I want to be with people all the time, but it is hard. Like, sometimes you're just like, I can't. Like, I actually just can't hang out.
Too much.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and
I want to so bad, but I don't have time.
Exactly. I think as we all everyone's busy and everyone gets it. I feel like even regardless of your job situation, if whatever, you probably have a lot of stuff going on and you can probably relate to this. I feel like because those have been my top two priorities, is like spending time with Benny and my family and then doing my job, I have very little like solo time. Like, I don't really, I mean, at night when Benny goes down, but a lot of times I still like am working, or like me and Leif will hang out, but I really like being alone a lot. Yeah. So that's the thing, is I am very social, but that's why for my 30th birthday, I was like, I want to go on a solo trip. I want to be by myself. Like, I really like that. And so I think I need more of that time. I think that's what I've been craving. And so I'm like, I have got to start saying no to many different things. Like you said, things that might be great opportunities for work, but it's like, sorry, I just don't have it in me right now. Same with social things. Like, I might want to and think it'd be super fun. I'm going to have FOMO, but like, sorry, I got to be alone and I got to be with like my family sometimes, just like alone, sitting there,
Yeah, definitely. Have an open canvas. Yeah, I understand that. I feel like there's always, everyone's always looking for a balance. You can always be more organized, less organized, more, busy, less busy. Because I do think that you just start to notice when the scales are tipping. It's like when you're too busy, you start to notice, or when you're not busy enough, when you're starting to feel like, or not social enough, or not doing enough like of one thing, that you start to notice, and you got to try and balance it back. It's a circus.
Yes, and I don't think I'll ever find perfect balance. I don't think anyone will, but I think I've been complaining about the same thing for 5 years, where it's just like, my mom will call me and be like, when can I come visit? Like, come see Benny. And I'm like looking at my calendar and I'm like, in 3 weeks. And I don't want to, like, when I just reposted like a few months ago that thing about like spontaneous plans and stuff, I'm like, my current lifestyle does not allow for that. Like, it's very rare that I am free to do something spontaneously because of the way that I've structured like just plans. And like, I think it allows me to like get a lot done, which I value. Like, I really like that, but I think that I could stand to, just like chill a little on that so that I can have spontaneous moments like with, family and friends. And I don't want it to be like, my friend's like, when can we go to lunch? And I'm like, in a month. Yeah. It's like, okay, I should have some availability within the next few weeks to like, and usually I do have some. I'm like being a little dramatic. I'm just saying, like, I feel like that's been a pattern in my life for a while, is just being like very go, go, go. And I need to pull back. So if you guys are watching this ad on YouTube, you will see our adorable phone cases. We are in our polka dot era, as you can tell. Every time I post a mirror selfie with this very cute light pink and brown polka dot case, I get a lot of questions about it. I feel like the color combo is just very, very cute. Chelsea's got a black and white polka dot. So cute, goes with everything. And we love our cases from Velvet Caviar. They also protect your phone really well, which is nice. I have dropped this thing 1,000 times and, okay, not 1,000, I'm being dramatic, but I've dropped it a lot and it has been safely protected every time, which we love. New year, new phone case. Now is the perfect time to refresh your tech accessories. Velvet Caviar is giving our listeners an exclusive discount to buy one, get one free. That's right. Right now, you can buy one, get one free on all of their phone cases and matching accessories. These cases are drop tested up to 10 feet and MagSafe compatible with accessories like grip rings, wallets, phone charms, and more.
Velvet Caviar is female founded and based in New York City. Since 2014, they've been on a mission to merge the worlds of fashion and tech with their signature pretty yet protective phone cases. Honestly, the second I put this phone case on, I'm like, oh yeah, baby, we're in business. This thing is durable and it's also so cute. If you're watching on YouTube, I have the grip ring, which is so nice. I have been missing this. My hands, my pinkies, my tech pinky say goodbye.
It's thanking you.
It's thanking me.
I need that thing now that I'm looking at it and I want that thing.
Yes, it's so nice. It also comes off so easy because it's just the MagSafe. So you can switch it out for a wallet or anything like that, which is really, really nice. So for the next 24 hours, our listeners can buy one, get one free on all of Velvet Caviar's phone cases and matching accessories with our code WhatWeSaid. Visit velvetcaviar.com. Use the code WhatWeSaid at checkout, VELVETCAVIAR.com. Use the code WhatWeSaid for buy one, get one free on phone cases, accessories, and more. Go check it out. Go the distance with CoverGirl's new Eye Enhancer Wrap Tubing Mascara for a lash extension effect. Okay, so you guys have to try this mascara because my lashes look unreal the second that I put it on. It gives instant definition, length, and lift, and the flexible tapered brush makes it so easy to apply. It even grabs those tiny bottom lashes and actually keeps them separated instead of turning them into just one clump. And the best part is the tubing formula. You guys, I'm so obsessed with tubing mascaras. And when I'm doing full glam, like for tour, I always use one. So of course, this new CoverGirl mascara had me instantly. So if you've never used a tubing mascara before, it's these little ultra stretch, lightweight tubes that wrap around every lash, which is how it gives that instant lash extension vibe without the lash appointment. So it also wears like a dream. No flakes, no smudges, no raccoon eyes for up to 30 hours. I can trust it to look perfect all day on tour, which says a lot.
And removing it, honestly, magic. After a live show, the last thing I want to be doing is standing at the bathroom sink trying to get my makeup off. I just want to crawl into bed. That's why I love how quick and easy it is to remove. Just warm water on a cotton pad, hold for a few seconds, and the tubes literally slide right off. No scrubbing, no makeup all over my white towels, no panda eyes in the morning. Plus, it comes in 3 gorgeous shades: Max Motion Black for drama, Espresso Energy for soft everyday vibes, and Midnight Stride if you want that wide awake, bright-eyed look. Honestly, I live in Espresso Energy. It makes my eyes pop even on 0 sleep days, and I basically can't go without it. So if you want a mascara that actually does it all, lengthens, lifts, stays put all day, and removes easily without scrubbing drama, you need to try CoverGirl's new Eye Enhancer Wrap Tubing Mascara. Shop now at your nearest retailer, only from Easy Breezy Beautiful CoverGirl.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace, and we are so glad it is. Squarespace is one of our absolute favorite brands that has been a sponsor on this podcast for such a long time. They're an OG sponsor, and we love them. We have used Squarespace in so many different chapters of our life for so many different business projects and ventures. I have sold physical products on Squarespace. I've sold digital products and courses. I've sold my photo presets and like my iPhone workshop and everything through Squarespace. And they just do such a great job at making everything so user-friendly and making your website beautiful as well. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. You can showcase whatever you are offering on your website, from consultations to events and experiences, with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business. Get paid on time with professional on-brand invoices and online payments, plus streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools. I know Chelsey, when she was doing health coaching, used these features on Squarespace for like setting up appointments and stuff. They just make things very, very easy. Also, they have so many design tools. Literally anyone can build a beautiful professional online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business. Start with Blueprint AI, which is Squarespace's AI-enhanced design partner, or you can choose from a library of professionally designed and award-winning website templates. No matter where you start, your website is flexible to what you need with intuitive drag and drop editing, beautiful styling options, on-brand AI content, and more ways to list what you offer. No experience required. They really make it so simple. So head to squarespace.com/whatwesaid for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code whatwesaid to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, that is squarespace.com/whatwesaid and use promo code whatwesaid to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Well, should we get into like rebranding for 2026?
Yes.
So we made vision boards, or not, we didn't make physical vision boards, not yet. But we've been pinning. I actually started my 2026 vision board in October. I started adding things and I'm like, you know what? It's never too early to start thinking. And when you feel it, you gotta act on it.
Totally.
Because I think in October I was starting to be like, okay, it's the holidays. Let me get into holiday cozy mode. The year's rounding out. I have like one final quarter left. Mm-hmm. But when the time actually comes, aka right now, I don't want to feel behind. I don't want to be like, oh, well, now I have to think of, I want to have been thinking.
Right.
So
prepping. You
guys can't do anything about that now. If you didn't do that, you're already behind. But one of the things that I liked the most that I pinned in my Pinterest board was a little quote talking about doing a life audit. And do you get targeted with Pinterest like self-improvement graphics that are just like,
of course,
graphs, like fill in the blanks, journal prompt, like all of these millions of different things you can do to try and, become that girl. Mm-hmm, but some of them really hit. And I feel like some of them hit based on, the time of your life and what you need in that moment. And the life audit really, maybe because I'm an adult, so the word audit scares me a little bit more. I feel like going through your life and kind of looking at the different areas of your life, checking, and this is what I used to do with health coaching clients back in the day when I used to do health coaching, is kind of like look at your life overall and all the different areas of your life. This is so helpful if you do feel like, okay, something is just, I don't know what it is. It seems like I can't put my finger on it, but there's like a pain point in my life that is making me not feel fulfilled. Like, I don't know what it is. So you could do a lot of different categories. Jaci, you were telling me about a couple different categories.
Yeah.
Depends on, how you look at it. There's ones where you can do like 8 different categories. You can sum it up to fewer. Okay, here's a wellness wheel that you can put these in categories of whatever you want. This is an example. So that you have your emotional health, which is like emotional regulation, like mindset, growth mindset, gratitude, all of that stuff. Physical is nutrition, healthy habits, exercising, working out, healthy choices. Intellectual, which is learning, schoolwork, discovering new interests, making goals, setting milestones, trying new things. Spiritual, beliefs, values, exploring your culture. Mindfulness, having peace, joy, and daily tasks. Occupational, which is play, learning, chores and jobs, hobbies, interests and talents, and self-care. And social, which is like awareness of others, resolving conflicts, communication, social networks, empathy, tolerance for differences, just all of these different little areas, which sounds like a lot, but I feel like once you go through and you kind of just I like to just like rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I feel like this area of my life is thriving and I'm like doing great and I'm super aware of it. Mm-hmm. And then 1 being you're completely neglecting that area of your life. And through that exercise, you will find the place that you're really lacking very fast, because you'll get to that category and it'll be like, okay, that's a 2. Oh, okay, it's my interpersonal relationships that are really, making me feel stressed. Or, oh, it's because I haven't like thought about my hobbies or my interests in years. Like I haven't even cared about that, or, certain things like that. I think it's really good to do at the end of a year to just see where you're at, to see where you want to focus on, and then make goals from there instead of just like taking what everybody says is the goals for the new year of like becoming that girl or find like, I don't know, working out more, cooking at home, like what you hear. It could just be so niche, like you were saying. That's a great example of like, I want to be less busy. I feel like my free time is like super important to me. I feel like it takes a lot of self-awareness to like look and see what do I actually want to change this year that's going to help me and be beneficial to me and my life. And also it's the most motivating thing to work on, because if you just kind of pick a random goal or area or trendy thing to work on, you're going to give up in like 2 seconds.
It's not something that you're drawn towards or passionate about. It's maybe just something that you've heard. Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like everyone has different needs. And some people could be the opposite of me, where it's like you said, they're not busy enough. Like they want to say yes to more things. Maybe they've been isolating a little bit, and it's like they have the opposite problem. And so I feel like everything is so personal, like about when you are trying to do a life audit and rebrand, that is so personal to you. So like anything we're saying, take what you like, leave what you don't. And also just, kind of think about where you feel like, oh, life just feels a little bit imbalanced in this area, or like I'm not super happy with this. So what do you feel like for you that you're like gonna try and focus on in the new year out of those?
I'm like, well, we don't have to make this about me.
As I just talked for 25 minutes about my actual Monday through Friday calendar. So I'd love to hear.
Okay, well, I also did a couple journal prompts as well as like rating these areas. But my main places that I wanted to kind of get back into, I feel like going off of last week when I talked about my mental health, is getting back into like a self-care routine. I feel like that fell to the wayside so much. And especially just having 2 little kids, I feel like it's so easy for that to just like slip and be like, okay, it's fine if I don't like do my red light mask tonight. Or if I mean, that is like the highest. I'm even saying like, oh, it's fine if I don't take off my makeup tonight. Like I'm just so tired, or, just different things that I feel like, I don't know, even making appointments for myself. Like, oh, I got to go to the dentist every 6 months. I got to make this appointment. Like just self-care things in terms of taking care of myself. I feel like I get stressed out, and I start to notice if I'm not making efforts to take care of myself, not because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm noticing, but it's just I'm sensing a lack of care and love for myself.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm not necessarily, that's not like one of my main goals this year, but I did write down like my day in a life, like my dream day in my life for 2026. And honestly, like I love my day-to-day life. I really do. And I'm like very grateful for it. And I feel like there's little things that I would like tweak here and there, but and like growth, I'm always like open to whatever's coming. But there's like my morning and night routine that I'm just like, I just know how good I feel when I have a time that I wake up, when I have enough time to, before the boys wake up, to like do my skincare and just literally like scrape my tongue and just like do all these little things that are small but make a big difference. And then when they go to bed, like take the extra time instead of feeling like I have to catch up on a bunch of things. Because I will be like, oh, I got to catch up on this work thing, or like, oh, I should be doing this. Or I just numb out. And I feel like if I took that time to even just do like, I don't know, my nails or pluck my eyebrows, or I don't know, just little things
self-care
like that.
Stuff,
yeah, that it would be, or a face mask or whatever, that I think would be very beneficial for me. So when I wrote down my day, what I would like my day to look like and what my routines to look like, it was just tweaked a little bit more of like a little more me time in the morning and night, so that during the day I can be a little more locked in to what I need to do. Because sometimes it's, if I don't do it in the morning or night, I'm thinking about it in the middle of the day, I'm feeling gross. I'm like, I should have washed my hair. Like it's actually taking up so much of my day to be thinking about it and to be like insecure about something. And so I feel like if I just had made the time, I'm like, if only I had time, if I just made the time to like go to bed early, get up early, get these little things done, these little tweaks, I feel like it would make a big difference. So
totally. I feel like when you become a parent, that's something you realize, like pretty much anyone that I've talked to that has like a workout routine or whatever, they're just like, oh, I have to just get up earlier than my kids. And I think there's a time and a place, like there's a time when for me, I was willing to not do that to just get extra sleep, because I'm like, that is more important to me in this time of my life, is like, I would rather get more sleep than like exercise in the morning. But then like, I think as your life shifts, like that can shift where it's like, okay, maybe I need to go to bed a little bit earlier and I can get up earlier and still get that good sleep, but also do this. And that's one of my huge goals for the new year too, is just waking up earlier, which is like another thing that I've never really been good at because I am more of a night owl. And so I do tend to like stay up late because I'm just like, oh, well, that is like my free time essentially. So I'm like catching up on a few work things maybe, and then I'll shower, and then Leif and I will watch a show, and I'm like, well, now I want to read and like do my thing, and it's like 11:30 p.m. and I'm like, well, now that's when I'm starting like my reading or something, and I want to shift that for sure.
It's hard
because
it really
I do want to
hard.
get good sleep because that's also important to me. But I think waking up earlier is so nice when you have kids because you can truly, like you said, you can feel like you took care of yourself before, so that by the time they wake up, like you already did that, and it's not like you're just scrambling, like thinking like, well, okay, can you watch? I need to go like shower or do this now. It's like you already took care of like everything before they even woke up.
And if you're someone who gets overstimulated easily by physical things like me, like if my hair is greasy or if my clothes, like about what I'm wearing, my day will be ruined. Like if I don't have the time to like get up and wash my face or like pull my hair back or do something where it's like, or I don't know, where I don't feel absolutely disgusting. Oh my gosh, I'm so overstimulated. I'm just like on edge when I don't need to be, when it would have taken me 10 minutes. And then I'm like, okay, I'll go do it right now in the middle of the day. And then I feel like, why didn't I just do this in the morning?
Totally.
Why didn't I just get up a little earlier?
I want to wake up a little earlier. Stay tuned if I can make it happen. I feel like I was doing it for a little bit and I felt incredible. Like I really was feeling so good. And then I got kind of on another like bad routine, and like having a kid is just like unpredictable. And so I feel like then I got off it a little bit, and I'm really looking to lock that back in for sure.
It's hard because I do think that sleep is my number one priority in terms of my health. So if that is not, it's like if you have a baby and they're not sleeping through the night yet, or if you have, you know, something like someone that's waking up, and I don't know, there's just so many different reasons where it's like, I will prioritize my sleep because if I don't have sleep, nothing else is going to go right.
I'm the same.
Yeah. Once you get to a place where the sleep, like you're saying, once you get to a place where the sleep is good, it's life changing. You're like, okay, my life, I'm free again.
Exactly. I agree with that.
I have space to think of other things.
Yeah.
I'm going to read some of these like journal prompts that I did that I think, you know, could be fun to play around with if you have a journal or just on your phone. So I think it's important. We kind of talked about this last week, but to think about what you were grateful for in 2025 first and foremost, to like look back and start on the positive, not just like, what do I need to change? But like, what was I so grateful that I did in 2025? What was I proud of myself that I did in 2025 and just like grateful for? And, you know, that gets you in a good mindset. And then what did I learn about myself this year? I think looking back at 2025, you know, like you're saying, like I learned that I want to be a little bit less busy, or I learned that I need to have time before, you know, the kids wake up, or it can be something huge. Like I literally learned I need a different life path, like something massive. How can I honor my emotions and release stress? This is one, at least for me, where I've really been, when you want to teach your children the best ways to handle your emotions and handle stress, I feel like you have to first understand your own emotions and your own ways that you can healthily, you know, express stress, because pushing it down or avoiding it or numbing out is definitely not the answer, which is what most of us tend to do. Even adults, a lot of adults will use like, you know, numbing out.
Mostly adults, honestly.
Yes. Well, we will use unhealthy ways to do that. And I think kind of, you know, there are some things that people do that you see and you're like, that is so bad. You can't use that vice. And then there's lots of things like screen time or other things that just kind of, you know, skate under like, oh, it's not that bad. Everyone does that.
Yeah.
Everyone does that to like, you know, numb out. And I think it's important to, at least I'm just so aware of it because my kids are watching me, and like Case is just at an age where he takes everything in. And as they start to like go out into the world, I'm like, oh, I really want to be able to understand my own emotions and handle stress, and especially like raising boys. I'm like, I want you guys to be able to like handle your emotions and know how to properly like express them and feel safe expressing them and do it in a way that's healthy and communicative and whatever. Anyways, so that's for me personally. But what are my most important values in life? I think it's good to look at that as well.
Yeah, do the values quiz.
See what
that's a really good thing to.
Yeah,
I feel like that gets you clear about things. It's kind of eye-opening to see what you value. It's just called the Values Quiz. It's by Susie Welch, if you guys want to look it up. But
it's good.
It's, just seeing like what you value in life. And it's there's so many different values. There's like 13 of them or something. And so I feel like some of them even surprise you maybe about, because I remember even as I'm talking about the work stuff, which like always is coming up in conversation for me, it was like not even what was one of them? Shoot, I wish I knew it was basically that like my achievement level was higher than like my actual kind of like work ethic almost. Like it's like I actually don't enjoy as much or value like working. I just like achieving things. And so, but that was like eye-opening for me to see, because I'm like, it's not even that I like busy work. It's like I like the achievement that brings.
Yeah. So how can I work smarter, not harder?
Exactly.
And then the last one that I did are like, what are 3 things that I can take away this year from your life? So I feel like screen time is just always screen time. Sound like I said screen time. Screen time is probably everybody's number one.
Yeah.
That we should be taking away. I've been really thinking about also this year, just my availability to others, and how your phone is just like constantly, like the amount of unread messages I get, or like emails, just so many people like inquiring. I'm like, I'm so popular. But I just feel like everybody has, whoever you work with, it's like everyone has each other's like phone numbers now, that they text, that they send emails, that they're sending Slack messages at night. Like, I don't know. It's just like constant. Sorry, I got to fix the microphone again. It's just constant communication, which I think is great in a lot of ways. It's such a blessing. We're able to communicate so quickly with others. But for me, I feel like it is a stress point for me. Because I want to communicate with others, but sometimes when it feels too much and I like already missed because, I didn't reply right away at 8 a.m. I'm like, it's 11. And I'm like, oh gosh, like now I got to sit down and reply to this person. And then I feel behind on it. And so I want to have like time management with my phone and boundaries with my phone to be like, okay, I'm going to answer and like sit down and answer. And I did this a couple years ago too, like where I was really focusing on it. I need to focus on it again. Where I don't need to be stressed to when I miss a text. Like if I don't have my phone for like an hour or two, then I miss a text and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm always so late to replying. I forget to reply, whatever. I just need to have like a certain time where I reply to people. And then if I don't reply for another 3 hours, it's okay. I know I'm going to sit down and reply at like a certain time, or like,
Yeah, totally.
Because I just feel like sometimes I almost feel like it's just too much. Like I'm just like, not for me even, I'm not just saying like personally, I'm just in general, I just feel like.
Are you referring to like work text messages or like friend shit, like group messages with friends, family?
Literally all of them. All of the above. And I love talking to people. Like I love having communication with people, but I also feel like, I don't know why it stresses me out, because it's just like, if I were to be contacting even people that aren't texting me, but that I feel like I want to text, that I want to call them, like, I need to talk to them. I want to, reach out to a relative or connect with this person, my friend that I haven't talked to, like I should text them. I should send them a voice memo. It starts to get so, and I think because the community, like it's right there, like I could do it. It's not, I don't know, there's no excuse not to. It feels very, I don't know, like whether it's just I'm putting that responsibility on myself, but it stresses me out. And so I'm trying to figure that out.
That's a really good idea, to have a time of day where it's like, okay, at the end of the day, I'm going to reply to all my text messages, specifically the ones that are like a random friend who's asking for a favor or something that isn't as time, specific, where like because work stuff is more usually time.
Yeah, especially work ones where it's like, okay, I will get to the work at 9 a.m. Like when I get to my phone, like that is like my work. Like I'll get on. Yeah. I think it's hard when, I think a lot of people, a lot of their work is on their phone as well. Just no matter, a lot of jobs, like they're texting their coworkers, whatever. And there's things you need to look up. There's just always so much, it's so intertwined with your personal life.
Over stimulating, I think. Yes. And also, I feel like I need better boundaries too, because I like with replying to people, because I always feel like that too. Like even a friend, I'm like, oh, I feel like I need to reply within like a few hours, or else it's kind of rude.
Yeah,
but it's not. It really is not. And I feel like anyone who's actually your friend, like, is not going to care if they don't get a reply from you for even like 24 hours.
Yes.
Like I forget this podcast that I was listening to where the girl was saying, and this is like a little not like crazy, but it's a little intense. But she was saying, I don't know if it's only one day out of the week that she does it, like on a Saturday or a Sunday or both days.
Yeah.
She is off her phone. She's like, people know like they can't contact me. Like I will not be replying. 0% chance. Like I do not look at my phone on Saturdays or Sundays. Yeah. So you will not get a response from me. And if you want to contact me, like I forgot what she said, but it was like, if there's an emergency, you can like, I forget, like whatever, call my husband or something like that. But she was like, that is my boundary. Like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm not constantly available 24 hours of every single day. On weekends, you're not hearing from me.
I think that's exactly it. It's like, I'm feeling like I have to be available 24/7. Mm-hmm. And I think it's the time, again, going back to, this is my personal, life chapter right now, where the boys are so busy and like constantly just, they're both home all the time because they're so young, but they're also old enough where they're, chatting with each other and just playing and then like being crazy. So I notice so much if I like check a text and I want to reply in that moment, then I'm on my phone. And it's like, and so I'm just noticing it so much. So then I'll just like ignore it until later. And then I forget because I'm like, oh, well, I already looked at it. And then it's on it's been stressing me out. And I'm like, I need to have better boundaries with this. I need to have this be less like, I don't know, a ball and chain on me, and just be like, okay, first of all, if I feel like this is more of a privilege and not a response, like something I have to do, I will be more inclined to do it. And if I have a little bit more of a, better time management with it, I'll feel better when I sit down and like reply to text. I think I just also, when you're a mom and I think you don't want to be on your phone when you're around your kids. And if I'm home a lot, then I don't want to be on my phone while I'm at home. So then a lot of times I don't want to be responding to people and I don't want to be like looking and like checking things. But then when I'm working and I need to be working on my phone, it just gets too much.
I've been trying to,
I'm about to brick text and email as well.
Because our job is so intertwined with the phone. I feel like for me, I saw Lucy Hutchins post about, she was like, I'm trying to act like I'm literally in trouble. Like if Betty sees me on my phone, that's her daughter.
Yeah.
She's like,
I'm literally. She meant with other people texting.
No.
Like, that's already how I feel.
No. She was saying like, this is how I'm trying to act like when I am on my phone and like my daughter walks in and like sees that, it's like, oh, like I need to act like that, where it's just like, I don't want you to see that kind of thing. Yes. And I'm now in trouble. Yeah. And I've honestly been kind of adopting that mindset because I'm like, I've just found, and especially the older Benny gets, I'm just like, I have to just be in a different room with the door closed if I'm working, or I have to go elsewhere. Like if I need to reply to things and edit, whatever, I either need to be in my room in the office with the door closed and the curtains, whatever, or I need to be at a coffee shop. Yeah. That's just how it is. Like I need to go somewhere else, or because it's not working, like hanging out with Benny, trying to reply. It's like, I feel like a bad mom. Yeah. So none of this is working. Yeah. And I have to go and do my job somewhere else and then come home and be home and like be here presently, because phone addiction has been something in 2024, like this whole past year, that I've been genuinely working.
Like the past year?
Sorry, I keep forgetting what year we're in. First of all, I've been thinking it's 2026 this whole year for some reason. In 2025.
Just the year 2025 does not exist.
I'm like, what are we talking about?
2024 straight to 2026.
In 2025, I worked really hard on my phone addiction, and not at all that I think I cured it, but I think I did make good improvements, and the brick was a huge reason why. I have used the brick every single day since I got it, and I love it so much. If you are unfamiliar, I've talked about it 24/7, so you probably know by now, but it's like a little physical device that basically you like scan it onto your phone and it locks you out of whatever apps you choose. So I have like all my social media apps blocked when I brick. So then you have to have the physical brick in your hand to basically get access to those apps again. So like if you brick your phone and then go out for the day and like you're running errands, like you can't, it's not an option to get on. I keep mine in the kitchen. So it's like I'll brick at, 6 p.m. and then go do my thing. And it's not an option for me unless I go back physically to the kitchen and scan my phone, which is annoying. So that's why it's nice to have the physical device. There are other apps that can help you with this. And at first I was like, this is crazy. Like, I shouldn't need a physical phone a physical brick to lock me out of my phone. Like, this is, do I need to go to a facility? I'm like, this is crazy. But it truly has helped me so much. And back to the free time thing, I feel like something very eye-opening has been like how I'll always talk about, I don't have enough free time. I'm too busy. I blah, 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 blah. And then once I'd brick my phone, I would find that I actually had more free time than I thought, because it was just like in the moments that I had free time, 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, I was just getting on my phone for something and kind of forgetting why I was on. And then suddenly I'm on my TikTok For You page. And I'm like, wait, so I just spent 25 minutes doing that when I could have been doing the self-care things. I could have been prepping for something actually that I need to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And instead, I was doing that. And it takes up so much of your day that you don't realize. So I feel like the phone of it all, the screen of it all, that is a massive part that's a massive thing in my life that I'm trying to shift. And I do feel like the brick helps. I mean, whatever works for anyone, but I feel like that has like helped me tremendously. But it's war is not over.
No,
let's just say
crazy. Well, it's like you're saying, it's like that I feel like, because I feel similar with the brick, and just I delete TikTok all the time. Like, I will not have it for weeks at a time, or Instagram. And that, I think maybe that's why I'm really like starting to notice my texts and emails and just like the communication part of it, or even calls or FaceTimes, where again, it's like, I want to be FaceTiming my family. I want to be, keeping in contact with people, or
you don't want that to be a stressor in your life.
Yeah, and I don't want to miss something. So then I'm like, it's like the phone, and it's like the whole thing of the phone, where I'm like this close to getting a landline, where I'm like, okay, if you need me while like during these hours, like, AKA in the morning before I'm at work, or afternoon, evening time. Like, I don't want to feel like I need to go check my phone every hour to make sure I haven't missed something literally detrimental, where it's like, I'll go back and I haven't been on my phone for an hour. Like, I'll go leave it in the room and I go like look at it, and it's like, hello. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, hello. Like, oh, like, I don't know. I just feel like things are so urgent these days, just in general, personal life, work life. I'm kind of mostly talking about work too, just like in general, like emails coming in first thing. I don't know, just, and like you're saying, like, oh, can you get it done on the weekend? Do you have this? Like, just random things that I'm like,
random requests.
It's feeling very scattered, and I don't want to feel scattered at all, because like with work and with certain things, I'm like, these are the things that can be streamlined. I like chaos, and I do like having, fun and excitement, not in that area. Like, I want fun and excitement and free time and freedom in other areas.
Yeah.
I want to have that streamlined. So yeah, I think maybe a time and a place of like, because then maybe I'll, I already am this way. Here's the thing, is like, I already do take 3 to 5 business days to reply to people. Like, hey, like friends, family members, like, especially if it's long and I want to give them a thoughtful response, and I'll read it, and then I'm like, okay, well, I don't have time to respond right now, but because I want to give them a good response. And then 3 days later, I'm like, hey, so sorry. I've just stopped acting like I've just.
The thing like, is I appreciate that more than like I don't mind waiting for a response if it's thoughtful. That's my personal thing.
Yeah,
like with friends,
like that
I don't care. Like,
well, that's good.
As long as it wasn't like an urgent actual favor where I'm like, hey, do you mind if I swing by and grab this? And then you just like don't reply. It's like, oh, okay, well, that sucks. But also, you're not entitled to people's time 24/7. Sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like it seems like that's the case, but you're not. Like, I don't know. Friends, anyone. Friends, family, like, sorry. People have busy lives, and they're not entitled to reply to your text within 20 minutes.
Yeah, or answer your call.
Yes. And luckily, I feel like if they're like a close enough friend, they can just like call and be like, sorry, I need an answer, whatever. But it's like,
I also would like to clarify, it's never like anyone is getting me in trouble by any means, or acting. I doubt they care, but it's this feeling I have that I'm in trouble. And that's also something I'm working on in 2026, after I saw somebody say, just to let you know, another adult cannot get you in trouble. And that really blew my mind. I was like, oh, you're right. Wow. I am not in trouble at all times. And maybe that's my OCD. I'm so glad I can talk about that now. But like feeling like I'm always like, oh, I'm in trouble. like I didn't do this. Oh gosh, like everyone is just thinking about how much trouble I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm busted.
I'm busted. I'm screwed. I'm done for.
Yeah. They're gonna catch me.
Do you want me to go through a few more of my things that I'm talking about? Okay. Really groundbreaking. Want to get outside more, go on more walks. No,
walks, journaling, and water.
I definitely want to lock in and continue my fitness routine this year. I've been proud of myself. I've been staying consistent for a while now, probably like, I don't know how many months at this point, like 8 months or something. And I just want to stay consistent with that. I think being home a little bit more, and I don't know, I would love to have a little bit more of a routine with that. I feel like a lot of times just going along with the having plans and like random things, I feel like I say yes sometimes to too much to where it doesn't allow me to like have my own routine. Even just like being gone a lot, like traveling for work or for different things. So like when we were on tour, it was very hard to obviously stick to it. But the thing is, that really is an excuse because like I could have still been doing all of that like when I was traveling. So I feel like I need to like lock into that routine more and continue it. I'm excited to continue it. If you guys want specifics, I am doing the Alive app, which is Whitney Simmons' app. And I'm doing specifically the Alive at Home program, which I'm actually doing at the gym, but I just like it because it's pretty much just dumbbells. And
that's nice.
I don't like, this is what I've also learned is like, you have free will. I've talked about this before. Like when it says do a burpee, no, like I'm not going to do a burpee. Sorry. I make my own rules and I don't care.
No.
Like do the commando. I'm like, I don't want to do that today. Like
commandos.
What I've realized is with a fitness routine, yes, you want to get outside of your comfort zone. You want to push yourself. Of course, you want to like just, push yourself toward becoming stronger and all of that. But I also think sometimes the dread of those types of things, like, oh, I have to
hold you
go
back
to the gym and I have to like learn all these new machines and then I have to do that. I'm like, sorry, I don't want to do that. But I also would like to go somewhere else because it's sometimes hard. Like we don't have a garage space yet. We might in the future to like work out, but it's like my living room's super small. So I'm like, I would like to go elsewhere, but also I don't want to do a bunch of machines at this time in my life. Maybe I'll want to in a year, who knows? But like, I just want to use dumbbells. So I'm like, I'm just going to do an at-home program at the gym. Like I can do whatever I want. So I'm doing the intermediate version, which I like just started and it makes me sore every time. So I feel like it's a good level for me at this point. Maybe I'll boost up to the advanced or whatever it is in the future. But I love Whitney. She's amazing. And all of her programs are just so good. And the app is really well done. So like shows you how to do every exercise and stuff. It's weightlifting. It's, but yeah, just with dumbbells. So it's like not as maybe intense as all the different machines. But I'm loving it. I'm keeping going on that. And that's my plan for the foreseeable future. And I'm open to things changing. Like if I do want to switch it up and maybe I'll get more comfortable at the gym and I'll want to do machines and stuff and great, but I'm not at that point yet and I don't care. So
I love that.
I think that's where
good.
I'm at.
That's a good mindset to have anytime, even if you go to a workout class.
Yeah.
Sorry. Even if they're screaming at me. Sorry, I'm not doing that today, ma'am.
No, exactly.
She's like, are you postpartum? You're modifying? Yes. I will actually always be modifying. Thank you for
your concern.
I have been, okay, so Nick did something terrible. He got a pull-up bar. Like my childhood cannot escape me. Like my whole childhood, my brothers always had pull-up bars on every freaking door frame to walk by and pump.
I relate to that.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know what it is, but Nick got one. And he put it on the most forward-facing door frame in our entire house. You walk in, it's like my beautiful paintings and his freaking pull-up bar. I'm like, there's probably 10 other doors you could put this on. But it actually has been great because I've been trying to just I need to be back into like a actual routine. I got out of, my Pilates and running and my knees were just not well after running. So it kind of threw me off. So I'm trying to figure out, what my vibe is. And my vibe right now is just at home, random, almost like old school way of working out. Like if I was just a grandma working out, like I will do a couple pull-ups. I'll try and hang for as long as possible.
Okay, love.
If I go out in the backyard.
Pull-ups are so hard, by the way. Like probably the hardest workout.
Sorry,
of all
I'm not
time.
doing like actually. Like I'm trying to do, I'm not getting like one pull-up.
Yeah.
But I'll like go do it a couple times a day. Like, okay,
so
I'm going to
hard.
try and like, and Nick will literally help me sometimes, like pull myself up.
No, it's
so hard.
How are they that hard? Like
Yes.
I'm concerned.
No, they're very hard. Hanging is hard.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a minute. I haven't
It feels
hung
very
for a long
good though.
time.
Feels very good.
Yeah.
Like stuff in the backyard or just random. Like, okay, I'm gonna lift up this like bag of soil and do like 10 burpees here or there, just to be like, I've got to keep something alive right now. Like I don't have a good routine, but I'm keeping up something. I'm doing this old fashioned farm workout way.
Honestly, there's nothing more. There
Like,
are
do those
no one
one
stronger
things.
than like people that work outside. It's wild.
Yeah. I don't work outside necessarily. I'm like, I'm a farmer now. But, you know, just trying to keep up mobility and strength because I do feel like as I get older, I'm like, I don't really have the luxury of being like, I don't really work out this year. I'm like, oh, mama.
Yeah, it starts to
It's
creep
not really
up.
funny business anymore.
I
Like,
know.
oh, dang. I got to start working out. I'm like, oh, it's literally, I'm like, it's life or death. But it's important.
Definitely. I feel like fitness is something that, again, so personal. And I feel like sometimes you just have to do what you are drawn towards and what sounds like fun to you. And I'm not saying that lightly. Like, and sometimes the answer is no, physical activity sounds fun. And I get that. I think like there's a balance of kind of forcing yourself. Like I feel like when I was around 7 months postpartum when I started to work out a little bit, and I was feeling a little more like, okay, I do want to start something, but I also wasn't like, I'm so excited. Like the first 3 months at the gym were hell. Like I remember week 3, I wanted to give up because I was like, this is not fun. I'm not seeing any result, obviously.
Yeah.
And
week 3, actually.
nothing about this is fun.
Yeah. I feel like week 3 of anything in any kind of journey is just a real test. Because the first couple weeks you're like excited, you don't know what's going to happen. Your third week you're like, okay, well I've been doing this now. I'm kind of getting to a point where I'm bored.
Yeah.
And I'm also not seeing anything exciting happening. So
No.
this is really testing my consistency.
I remember even being on like week 8. I think I was telling you, maybe even on the podcast, I was like, I'm not really seeing results, but it's a good regimen. And then I did start like slowly seeing and feeling results. And it is so gratifying to feel results. Like truly, I do feel like there is a point where you do have to like push past a little bit if you're desiring a fitness routine. Like, no, it's not always going to be so fun and awesome. However, you do want to like be doing a workout that somewhat excites you. If you're interested in Pilates or you are interested in starting to run, or if it's weightlifting, like I do feel like you have to go towards that, because I feel like if I had just started something to start it and it was not something I was being pulled towards, like I would have given up, I feel like.
Yeah.
So
I do feel like you have to start something. Like you have to, you know, start somewhere, see what you're drawn to and move towards it. Because I feel like my mindset is kind of at this point, and maybe at certain times in people's lives when they don't know what to do. It's like something's better than nothing. So even if it's like once a day, I'm going to try something. It's like, okay, what do I want to do? You know, I have to do something active. So what is my choice? What do I have time for? You know, is it, oh, maybe I'll look to see if there's a class open up. But most likely for me, it's like, okay, I'm going to go on a walk, or I'm going to, you know, go outside and run a couple laps and then do a couple just like body weight kind of workouts, or, you know,
walks
else.
are so underrated, actually.
So underrated. Well, maybe they're
overrated now.
No, maybe they're like perfectly rated.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about like even results wise, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember being like, why would a walk is not a workout. But when I started walking more, I like saw an actual difference. Like I wasn't even doing anything else when I was postpartum. When I just started walking, I felt so much better every day.
Yeah.
Like if I don't go on a walk because there will be times where like it's been a few days and I'm like, how have I not been on like a good walk?
Yeah.
And I notice. I feel like it actually like really is so good for you.
Yes, very good.
So love a walk. Well, also I was going to say in general, if you girlies are feeling like you want to be in your dream life manifestation era, you need to go back and listen to our episode with Mimi a few weeks ago. If you didn't listen to it, truly, we got a comment that just made me so happy on our YouTube video with Mimi. And it was like, she was like, normally I hate when guests are on like podcasts that I listen to, which I completely relate to. Like if I listen to a podcast and they have a random guest on, I'm like, I do not listen to that episode. Exactly. Like I don't care about it. So I actually completely understand that. But the girl was like I never listen to guest episodes because like I don't care, frankly, but something, I'm paraphrasing. But she was like, all the guests that you guys have on, even though it's like very rare, she's like, I always end up like falling in love with the guest and like being so into the conversation because I feel like you're very intentional about the people that you bring on, which I felt like was such a good compliment.
And it's true.
And also it is true that we are like very specific about guests that we're having on. Especially recently. I feel like in the past 2 years, like we really don't have guests on unless they're like our friends, our literal husbands, or like someone that we really align with and feel like it'll be good. So we did our episode with Mimi, and it's all about like living your dream life and just manifestation and like visualization. And it's not super woo-woo and annoying. Like I just feel like it's a little more realistic. So if you guys are into that sort of thing, go back and listen to that episode. And then the reason I wanted to mention that is because I also feel like her app, which is Activations, Chelsey and I have been listening to in the mornings, which like I'm going to be honest, I'm always skeptical about things like that where it's like, listen to this meditation and I don't know. I'm just always like, what? Is that really going to work? And I feel like listening to these activations truly has like shifted. It will shift my mindset in a day to be, especially if I'm feeling overwhelmed or overstimulated and I just like take 5 minutes when I'm doing my skincare or something in the morning. Bonus points if I woke up before Benny, it's an hour before she wakes up. I'm like, getting ready for the day and listening to this activation. It truly like shifts my day in such a positive way to where I just feel so much like more hopeful and capable to take on my day. So I would highly recommend the app Activations as well. And we have like maybe we can link it in the show notes.
Yeah.
Because we do have like a little, you can get money off or like a free trial or something if you guys want to, but
to our faves too.
Yes. Yeah. We have like our favorite activations on there too. So that's another thing. Anything else?
No, that's really all I had written down for myself. I mean, I didn't share with all of my answers with you guys because that's boring. But I feel like 2026 is going to be a great year. I feel like, I have some things that I have in my mind, like both of our 10-year anniversaries, wedding anniversaries are coming up this year. Nick's turning 33.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Wait, did Leif just turn 33? Yeah.
I don't know.
This year.
Yeah. Wait, did he?
Yeah. Because he's,
he's
a little bit older.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We missed his birthday.
I'm like, oh, his birthday. I can't remember what it was.
We just never acknowledged it.
Like when he said 33, I'm like, that sounds familiar, but I feel like I would have. That's like a good, it's a fun.
It's a cute number.
It's a cute number. Mm-hmm. It's a good.
It's like one after another, just fun things this year that I'm excited to embark on. And, like we talked about last week, I know that this year I'm open to whatever it brings. Mm-hmm. I'm ready. I'm like happy to, I think even my idea of a vision board and things like this have changed the last year. Honestly, I feel like I went through a very negative time, even like years ago, where I was just like, what's the point in having hope? What's the point in like this? And like just being negative and not really believing in manifestation. And then it kind of switched a little bit. I started to feel a little bit better. And then I feel like it went back again. And now I just have a different mindset about the vision board. It's a little less like, not like voodoo magic, but I'm not like, I'm going to put this on and it's going to come true. Mm-hmm. Like I'm going to put this on and these little things, I'm casting a spell for this year. I'm just way more open and letting myself want things, letting myself dream big, and not being scared of what will come with big dreams, if that makes sense.
It's more about putting you into a mindset, like the visualization of it all. I feel like in the vision board thing is like more about just thinking and surrounding yourself with energy that you like to like be in that mindset more to attract more of those types of things. Like that's how I see a vision board. I don't think it is just like, that'll come true. But it's like, if you are just thinking, I think you said something like that last year. It's like, it puts you in a place.
And it gives you like a direction. I feel like it gives you, obviously the idea of what you want. So then it kind of turns you in that direction a little bit more, like just kind of streamlines your focus a bit. And I do feel like again, we don't need to get into that, but I feel like the last couple years I have felt a little bit more like just because of OCD, and I promise not to bring it up all of the time, but because of OCD, things sometimes are a little bit more superstitious. So I was realizing that even though I was like thinking that and being like, it's just like the mindset you're into, I also was feeling like, oh, what if I ask for something good, if I'm putting this out there that I really want something amazing, I'm scared of like too good to be true, or I'm scared of jinxing myself, or I'm scared of, what will come of that dream and things like that. So I feel like now that I understand that mindset and I know what it is and I can like kind of put a name to it and it's not like my intuition or like my gut, I feel like now I'm just overall very much lighthearted and, just good vibes. Trying to keep good energy, good mindset, and open to what life brings me.
I love that. Let's end with a quote, shall we?
We shall. Love her, but leave her wild.
Let me go to my board.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's a new year, which doesn't necessarily require a whole new you, but maybe just a little bit less burdened you. Therapy can help more easily identify the things that weigh you down, maybe are holding you back, by offering an unbiased perspective to better understand your relationships, your motivations, and emotions. Personally, I love online therapy, and therapy in general is just so helpful, especially if you're going through a big change in your life. Maybe some obstacle has come up and you're not quite sure how to navigate it. You're not feeling like yourself. It can really be a super important and vital part of your self-care routine is going to therapy. So BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so that you can focus on your therapy goals. Just a short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and their 12 plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means that they typically get it right the first time. But if you aren't happy with your match, which is very important to find a good match, you can switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recommendations. So with over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is one of the world's largest online therapy platforms, having served over 5 million people globally. And it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. If this is the year you really want to take back your power and feel like you want to become the best version of yourself, and if you're trying to heal from something, like I said, if you have an obstacle you're trying to get over, if you're really just not feeling like yourself, I've been there, and therapy can help so much. So try out BetterHelp. BetterHelp makes it easy to get matched online with a qualified therapist. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/whatwesaid. That's betterhelp.com/whatwesaid. Go check it out. You guys, now that the holidays are over, we can finally talk about how, yes, they are such a fun time. There's a lot going on. Maybe we're seeing family and friends, and there's so many fun memories. It also can be a very chaotic, stressful time. Maybe your perfectionist tendencies are showing up for you more the past few months. You're trying to find the perfect gift. You're hosting the perfect party, baking the perfect pie. It can be an overwhelming time. And as much as our minds love to convince us otherwise, perfect is not possible. Very good reminder for all of us, especially here at the What We Said podcast. You're never going to have the perfect diet and the perfect health, but I feel like Ritual's Essential Multivitamins, they're such a great thing to add to your daily routine. It's a very easy thing to add to your routine that can help you kind of fill the gaps potentially in your diet. Their Essential for Women 18 Plus Multi contains 9 key nutrients in 2 delayed release capsules designed for optimal absorption per day. They're designed to be gentle on the stomach, which I love because I like taking them in the morning when I haven't had a lot of food. They have a minty essence in every bottle that helps taking them be actually enjoyable and not, they don't have a disgusting aftertaste. So that's really nice. And Ritual even conducted a university-led clinical trial for their Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin to assess its efficacy, which is very important. And the results were that it increased vitamin D levels by 43% and omega-3 DHA levels by 41% in just 12 weeks. It's also third-party tested for heavy metals, and it's Clean Label Project certified, so you know you can trust what you're putting in your body. Instead of striving for perfect health, aim for supporting foundational health. For a limited time, save 40% on your first month at ritual.com/whatwesaid. That is ritual.com/whatwesaid for 40% off your first month.
I also, while you're looking for that, do feel like what is meant for you will find you. And I feel like, even kind of going off what I was just saying, I'm kind of finding after years of turmoil of going back and forth of, a negative mindset to into manifestation to not, whatever. I'm finding such a good middle ground of feeling that lightheartedness and that childlike wonder, and allowing that excitement and that need for, kind of like I was talking about when we went to NASA, like that need for exploration and just the risk that comes with it. And I think the more fruitfulness and goodness you have in your life, I think that's kind of what was happening to me, is I was starting to feel so attached that I just didn't want anything to change. I didn't want to lose anything. I didn't want anything to go wrong. And I feel like if you just, lean into the good, and I talked about this last time, then I'm just getting back to my childlike wonder, I feel like, of what I feel is myself, where I'm starting to feel like myself again, where I'm starting to feel, the positive attributes I've always felt like I had, of not taking things too seriously and being fun and, able to kind of just go with the flow. And when things go wrong, I feel like I'm pretty oh, okay, whatever, we'll make it work, and it's just not that serious. And I'm starting to get back to that, which I felt like I lost for a while, which is great. A great energy to go into 2026 100%. With, feeling more like myself.
Definitely.
Anyways.
That's all any of us could want, and want for you as well. Okay. This is one of the quotes that I had on my board, which just says, originality can only arise when you are connected to yourself. It is an act of honesty. And I think that just kind of goes along with a lot of things that we were talking about. I think when you are bombarded with your screen, or like we were saying with the free time thing, you can't even get to a place of being yourself because there's so much noise. And I feel like I've been craving originality so much lately in every way, in what I'm consuming. When I'm consuming, I'm just I've seen this 1,000 times, just different content that I'm watching and things like that. And I know some of that's on me because I need to be intaking and interacting with more just diverse content to be able to, you know what I mean? Because sometimes my For You page is incredible. It's all these different women talking about different things they're interested in, and I'm just oh, I love this energy, and I feel like I just need to keep interacting with content like that, because then I won't feel what I just mentioned, where I'm just I've seen this type of content a million times. I'm consuming the same thing every day, and then I feel like I crave it for myself too. I'm I want to have original thoughts, original ideas, not only for, I'm not just talking about content, but just in general, in life. I want to be creative and create from a place of just being me, but that's hard to do when you're constantly busy or you're constantly on your phone and things like that. And so I guess if you're just also feeling that way, which will, even you were saying, I'm feeling more like myself. I feel like that's a common thing where it's oh, I'm feeling too busy, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm not feeling like me. I feel like that when you're feeling like that, it's maybe because you need to be more connected to yourself in certain ways. And that can bring about you feeling more like yourself, but also just more original, because everyone is original, but it's sometimes we all start to feel the same when we're all, doing the same thing, intaking the same thing, bombarded, never have free time, free space, creative thinking time, doing things with our hands. It's if you're doing that all day, you're not going to feel original. You're going to feel very bored with yourself and everyone else. So,
yeah, exactly. It's if you're not, it bothers you even more if you're not intaking anything original, if you're not putting anything out that's original.
Exactly. And that's where I get is a spiral of I'm annoyed with just seeing the same thing all the time. And then I'm oh, and I'm also doing the same thing every day. And I'm putting out the same type of content that I don't even like to see. So that's definitely another goal of mine this year, is to just be more original in every way, for my own life and for, work too. But anywho, that's all, you guys.
I love that for you.
Thank you. I'm excited for 2026.
I could go on and on. I love this stuff. I love the New Year vibe. I love I love inspirational quotes. So I have to hold myself back from reposting inspirational quotes on my story. I'm not kidding.
Oh, please don't. I love an inspirational quote.
Like it's so
really puts a pep in my step.
I joke, but some of those quotes, like I will tell myself to pep myself up that I see like that are on my vision board. I'm like, what's meant for me will come to me.
No, it's cliche for a reason because it works sometimes.
Day by day. I'll end with my favorite quote then, and I actually don't know. I couldn't find the exact quote, but basically along the lines of, if you've felt like no one has ever loved you properly, it's because you were supposed to love yourself that way.
Aww.
And I think that is so beautiful. I think that's a good thing to remind yourself as you've gotten older. And I think a lot of times as we get older, and kind of like we were talking about last week with like how you were raised or in different relationships, or if you went through something traumatic, there's a lot of different ways that you can kind of look back and maybe you feel like you deserved more. And I feel like the solution for me is when I'm feeling like that, obviously amongst other things, but the main thing is to love yourself the way that you want to be loved. And like if you feel cheated or if you feel like you deserve more, give yourself more. Like love yourself the way that you've always wanted, and that you're the person who is meant to do that. No one else actually, that's not their job on earth to love you that way. That is your job to find that you are your own best friend and that you need to love yourself to the fullest extent because that's where you're going to find it. Nowhere else. So
100%. Amen to that.
Amen. Goodbye.
Hope you guys are having a great start to the year. Oh, I wanted to talk about organization.
Let's do another episode about organization. I'm down.
Okay. Cleansing, purging from your life. Because I want to talk about why do I always do this? This is actually a pattern I've been noticing about myself.
What?
At the end, I'm always like, oh, I wanted to talk about this because we can't stop. Someone recently was like, oh, you guys have been podcasting for 7 years. Like, people ask us a lot, actually. Like, doesn't it ever get hard to
think of things to talk about?
And we're like, no.
Quite the contrary.
Quite the opposite. Every time we're ending the podcast, I'm like, dang, I wanted to talk about this, and this. I'll write it on the list for next week to talk about stale energy. We're saying goodbye to stale energy. Follow us anywhere you guys get your podcasts. If you guys want to subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, so that you know when a new episode's coming out, Instagram, TikTok, if you want to see what we got going on. We love you guys so much. And that's what we said. Goodbye.